Let's drop the mic.
I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all have an NBA cycle in which, like, every year you get your whole full? I'll just start with mine, and it starts with the Lakers. It don't got to be y'all home team or whatever team y'all root for, but like every year it feels like the Lakers have a stretch, or it might even be a week, 2 week, where it's just like this is their team. Like they can actually make a fight for the playoffs, and then it's another like 2-3 weeks where it's just like this team can't really do anything. I'd be surprised if they fight for like a play-in spot.
Fight for the playoffs. I didn't know that was what like your expectations were.
So at the beginning of the season, you didn't think that was a playoff team?
Well,
no, for sure. But I thought that
you're saying fight for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all started off where y'all looked like y'all were a lock for the playoffs.
But even
not
before the
fighting.
season start, and that would be my answer to the Lakers, because I just made a Lakers video like 2 days ago, and in the middle of the video, I'm like, this is actually my fourth. This is like the fourth or fifth year I'm making this same exact video, except this year it's a little earlier.
Yeah.
But y'all definitely, I say y'all as an organization, players and fans, y'all be telling us that it's championship or bust. So to hear you say, that's why KB reacted and say, fight for the playoffs. No, y'all Mr. Championship
I'm
or
a little
bust.
bit more realistic with it. I didn't think this team was going to fight for a championship. Like, I thought the best we could do is be in, like, a top six seed, and we're, like, literally locked for the playoffs. But, again, we're looking like a team that's trying to fight for a play-in.
The interesting part about y'all, though, and I guess this is kind of even – this is not even drop the mic. This is part of the episode. Yeah. Y'all have no more fingers to point. You can't do Russell Westbrook in. We all know D'Angelo Russell ain't playing the basketball.
I seen KB tweet. I'm pretty sure you tweeted about it because, I mean, some people are looking at J.J. Redick, but it's just I can't look at him.
You can't do that no more. No,
I can't look at J.J. Redick.
You did Frank Vogel in after he won a championship in his first year. You did Darvin Ham in. I'll be damned if we let y'all do that to J.J.
LeBron finally did it. He said it's not coaching, it's us. It took him 4 coaches to do it, but he finally fucking said it 2 nights ago. It's not coaching, it's us. And, yeah, there's a small section of Lakers, because I don't want to put a blanket over it, but a small section of Lakers Twitter that's like, yeah, JJ wasn't the answer. And maybe he's not the answer. I'm not even saying that he is. We only, a fourth of the way through his first season. But you can't say that Frank Vogel was the answer. Then Darvin Ham wasn't the answer. And now JJ's not the answer. That means that if that is all true, that means you got the worst hiring staff in basketball.
History.
Which means that it's still Rob Pelinka's fault regardless.
Right.
It's still him, whether it be the roster or the way he's hiring these coaches.
In Darvin Ham, obviously he had like a small sample size being the head coach with the Lakers, but he got his little time in. J.J. Redick, I watched the presser last night after the game, and he looks like a first-year head coach. Like it was a very fairy tale beginning, or just like a magical beginning, where it was just looked all perfect. Looked like he was the best, like one of the best head coaches we could probably get. And at this point, he's just like it's the total opposite now. You know,
that's why I don't think it has anything to do with him, because
right.
that first part of the season, y'all was pumped up. People want to come out the gate doing everything that's right. Now this is the part of the season where the best teams are playing the good basketball, because it's the second time seeing an opponent. It's the hard stretch of the year where you got to get up and compete. You got to fight through some adversity. And this is the Lakers thing. Y'all don't fight through adversity at all. The minute some shit, that stretch where y'all started off great, then I think y'all went like 1-6.
It's whatever, because we're like 2-9, 2-8.
Now y'all are like on a 2-9. I'm saying y'all had a stretch where y'all went 1-6. Then y'all got back on track when LeBron was hitting them shots at the end of the games, and now y'all back on a 2-9 or whatever. And it's like that's the story of the Lakers. When y'all face some adversity and things ain't going like it was at the beginning of the season, y'all gonna fold.
JJ said in his game after the Miami Heat in that presser that before the game started, he gave the team 4 fouls that they could commit. Off-ball fouls.
I thought that was at halftime.
To play aggressive.
Yeah, well, he wanted them to play aggressive, and they used 0 of them.
Yeah.
And then last night, we all watching this game where it's them versus Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta, because we got to talk about them because they've been on a little streak there.
Welcome to Atlanta where the players play.
Bron has one of his best games of the season.
Yep.
We watching this together, and he tweaked his ankle at the end of regulation, and he still went into overtime and had a good overtime. Anthony Davis had 22 points in the first half and so on and so forth.
Vincent
Gabe
had his
Vincent
best
had his
game
best
as a
game
Laker.
as a Laker, and y'all still walk out of there with a loss. And that's just got to be so damn demoralizing, because you got a lot of the things you needed. Unfortunately, y'all got outscored on the bench like 60 to like 13 or some shit like that. But it's always been the roster.
Another thing JJ had brought up, and I think it kind of reminded me what was going on a little bit with the Bucks when I had brought up, like, is it a positive when you kind of look back at some of these games and you were just right there? Because
You talked
JJ
about the Thunder game, the
Thunder
Magic
game, the Magic game, those are literally the games he brought up, and it's just like we had enough to win those games, we just couldn't pull it out. You know?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, yeah, you can look at it as a positive, but when it keeps piling up and you keep coming up short and those losses just keeps the pile on and you keep falling down the standings, at that point, it's like, no, we got to find a way to close out games. Like, we have Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be struggling
And
to close out games at the end.
Franz Wagner ended y'all season.
man, we started off so hot, and it was scoring the ball too. Now
That
we're
shot
like,
did something, Anthony Davis.
now we're like bottom 10 in offense, bottom like 3 in shooting the ball from 3. Like, we just can't keep up with some of
Bottom
these
3 in
teams.
defense.
Yeah,
like
y'all
the-
27th
We
in
can't
defense.
keep up
That's
with some of these
crazy, bro.
teams. I mean,
And
like,
ain't like y'all rock star status
wait.
on offense.
Yeah.
the transition defense in that Atlanta game was probably some of the worst transition. I'm talking
against
about
the Heat? Bro, y'all was getting dogged.
Yeah, I can't believe you talk about the Hawks game. Y'all just lost by 41 to a team that has not been impressive to us.
and that game, and that game was another like
The game before
both
that, y'all
them
had
games.
80 points.
Yeah.
Y'all
both
had
them
80
games too.
points.
Yeah.
And this is another thing with JJ Redick. It's not on him, but like I think this is just part of being a first year coach. He don't got the personnel for some of the defenses he tries to run. We don't have we just don't have no back line.
Now,
If
let-
Anthony Davis is
now, let me-
consistently at the top of the
Let me ask you a
key.
question. How does that point to what is he should do then? How do you say that's him being a first time head coach?
Yeah, what-
I
What's
think
the
it's just
alternative scheme?
It's adjustment because it hasn't been working damn near all season.
So right now they do bring him to the point of attack a lot on pick and roll. So
Yeah.
you're saying let's just put him in full drop and treat him like he's Rudy Gobert to protect the paint. That's what you would want to see.
At this point, it might be better because they're just walking to the paint, and it's Gabe Vincent as a back. It's Max Christie as a backline defense.
But I think it also depends. You have to have guys who's willing to fight through screens, too.
I have a center that's playing drop coverage. I don't think you want that.
We got
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is a lot better in drop coverage
No.
than Cap, though.
No, absolutely. But the drop coverage is just I don't know. I just think you let
You got to have the right personnel to run drop.
Yeah,
defenses.
Yeah,
Defense-
personnel.
or have one of the best defenders in the world, which in most times it feels like y'all do with Anthony Davis. But also that game and then the game versus Miami, we half watched that on playback and then I went back to watch it again. Like, how the fuck do the Lakers lose by 41 to Tyler? Well, Tyler Hero 7 threes in the third
Yeah,
quarter.
he did.
But just in general, the effort level, even from Mr. I never won a DPOY somehow, the defensive intensity was almost at a 0 from the very first tip. And it's one of the main reasons, not Anthony Davis and himself, but one of the main reasons, because that thing, if my back line, my all defensive caliber defender is not doing that, why the fuck is Gabe Vincent going to play great defense if the thing that's supposed to be holding me down is not holding me down?
No, I agree. I already know, like, one person can't hold down a defense. It takes a collective. Even if without a great defender, it takes a collective.
Y'all don't even do shit the right way on offense.
We don't.
Y'all
Our
can't even
offense
set a
looks
flare
way
screen.
different from the first 10 games of the season.
So I that's what I'm saying. I don't know how. And again, it's not to make JJ Redick exempt of everything, but again, this is the third coach we're talking about now. I am done talking about the fucking head coach of the Lakers. Miss me with the shit. The team fucking sucks. It's a terribly constructed team. Y'all mismanaged all of the assets that y'all did have. Y'all drafted poorly, knowing that you have LeBron James, who we've never seen in his entire fucking career have talent be developed. And y'all went and got 19-year-old kids through the draft, knowing y'all weren't going to develop them. These are first-round picks that y'all had that y'all
Squandered
just
away,
fucking
yeah.
wasted.
It is.
Y'all went and traded for Russell Westbrook because he was a fucking name. Frank Vogel is when you win a championship, man, I feel like that's supposed to give you the most leeway ever. Y'all said, no, fuck leeway. LeBron and Anthony Davis hurt, so you still should be making the playoffs. I went back and I looked at the roster because I'm just like, man, I cannot believe Frank Vogel was let go like that.
A lot of those dudes are out of the league now.
Bro, y'all had Rondo, Melo, 78 games from Russ, 76 games from Malik Monk. The next guy is Carmelo at 37 playing 69 games. Dwight Howard played
He was
60
kinda
games.
nice, too.
Carmelo and Malik Monk was giving some of their best
Trevor
basketball.
Ariza was on this roster. Isaiah Thomas came and played 4 games with y'all, and y'all fired him? And then you bring in Darvin Ham. And I don't even got to, just bringing up his name made you laugh.
Yeah, it didn't work
So
out
it's
so
like
well with
the
Darvin.
la-
Hard on them boys.
The last thing right. Hold up.
Oh man, go hard on them. Mr. Hands in the pockets, chill guy. Chill guy, Darvin Hale, man.
Yeah.
That don't even sound like a real soundbite.
So it's like, come on,
So
man.
real, too.
The last thing I want to hear is about a coach. And
Go
this
hard
is
on
why
them boys, man.
a lot of us we like JJ as a player, his content when he was in the media space. We was like, go to the Hornets. Go to the Hornets, JJ.
I said it was the worst thing he could have done.
Don't go
as
to
a
the
coach.
Lakers,
Go
bro.
to-
I'm
Go to the
telling you, in that
Hornets.
presser, like
Hit up John Shire.
he
Go be a
literally looked
Blue
shocked
Devil.
in that presser, just like I'm back. I'm in this spot right now, and it's just like, man, yeah, it comes with the territory of being the head coach of the damn
I'm excited
Lakers.
for y'all to go when post LeBron era.
No, that don't come. Losing by 41, having 80 the game before, that don't come with the territory of being the Lakers coach. Because when you go and you get a job that got Anthony Davis and LeBron James, you're not expecting that.
Yeah,
You got to add more
that's usually
context
the
to that losing
conversation
by
start with
41.
Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but it's also a lot after that just it's not there, and it don't help that Austin Reeves is out too.
As of right now, y'all have been the luckiest team in basketball too. So shit, it might be even worse than what we're seeing right now.
In what way?
Like they had an easzy schedule. To
No,
begin.
y'all expected wins, y'all way higher than y'all expected wins based on y'all stats.
Oh,
Franz Wagner again. Anthony Davis missed those free throws. Franz Wagner iced it, and things have been downhill since then.
Yeah, you just can't get a damn stop. You just can't.
2-7 in the last 9. What are y'all? Are y'all still 9th? Y'all 12 and 11? Did
It's
y'all
like
drop
9th or
I think they're
10th, one of
10th.
them.
10th? And one of the things that I continue to talk about with teams like the Lakers, and I'll say it over and over, it's different when we're talking about the Pistons, the Rockets, or Hornets. These are teams who their goal is to make the playoffs. Y'all goal ain't to fight for the playoffs. Y'all goal ain't to make the playoffs. It ain't to win the first round. Y'all y'all have legitimate expectations that are like y'all are so far from, and because y'all have mismanaged a lot of the assets y'all did have, now y'all in a position to where y'all have to ask yourself hard-hitting questions. And because Rob Pelinka is going to eventually be on the hot seat eventually, you as a fan and the rest of y'all fan base, y'all have to be worried that he might mismanage the next set of assets y'all have for the future of post LeBron to save his job. I would pray that Rob Pelinka don't use a 2029 or 2031 draft pick for
I
any
hope
of these
not.
trades at the deadline, because I'm sorry,
Nothing
is
fixes
no Trae Young ain't walking through the door. Who else?
That's
Only
really
one,
it.
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's the only other one.
What is he doing on this team?
Nothing.
All right,
I'm
then.
just
So,
saying
like
that
I
he's
said,
the only guy that
don't give up
should be
these
available.
picks. Don't give up these picks for Jimmy Butler, I love Brandon Ingram, but
But
he's
then
not helping
that
y'all.
comes to the point where, like, the question is, why does the season matter then? If we're not using those picks, then why not try to maximize the assets that we do have and say, trade away Anthony, trade away.
Maybe it's never
Bron.
mattered, KB. Maybe we just been fooled. Maybe when they set up there, and maybe I should have trusted my gut because I came up here and I said it. When they showed us that Bronny was gonna play
I
in that
knew
game
you was
one,
finna go
you know
there
I'm gonna come
too.
back. And I sat up here and I said, man, they ain't serious about winning. But then they started off good, and I allowed that thought to kind of go to the back burner. Hell no, P. Trust your gut. When they did that, all love to the James family. I love LeBron. That does not show me serious of winning. It wasn't just that one game. It was a couple other
He
They
moments.
played
did
in the
in the
Cavs
Cavs
game
game
too
in Cleveland.
And now he's got, what, a sprained ankle or something like that. It was
Something like that.
heel contusion.
That was the focus. And I'm not saying you couldn't do both, but it was such a I don't even know what to call it. It was such a parade of it. That it was just like
It was a distraction, I guess, if you want to call it something.